soon as we done it, we knew it was on something. You know, it's just the feedback from people was amazing. So
I'd say we didn't expect to be this big so quickly. That's definitely something I feel pretty proud of, that how quickly it's grown.
I remember 6 years ago, roughly 6 years ago, Reece got in touch with me. We had a meeting in the World's End, and he sort of expressed his interest in doing a stoner, doom, metal sort of festival in London. And I could see straight away that he meant it and he wanted to make it work. And it's proven to be the right choice, because obviously him and Jake have done an amazing job of building this festival now into one of the sort of highlights of the festival calendar.
We've been booked on this thing for a good long time, and so we've been looking forward to it for a very long time.
I think one of my favourite things about Desertfest is how they do have that sort of neighbourhood vibe. Like, the Black Heart has got a really good relationship with the guys from the Electric Ballroom, got a really good relationship with the guys from the World's End as well. All the bar staff and stuff with their drink over here. Probably a lot of our clientele that would drink at the Black Heart, drink at the Dev as well. So it's almost like the regulars have got something really cool to do for the weekend, plus you've got like all these other people descending on it. Everybody knows all the venues. The types of people that you see at Desertfest are the same people that you see here every weekend as well.
I had heard about Desertfest a couple of years ago, and the fact that it's in Camden makes a hell of a lot of sense to me. And we seem to be in plenty of pubs around, and we're drinking lots of
cider. And one thing I appreciate about it is you can roam the streets with your to-go cup, which is nice.
Surrounded by hooligans. With beards.
It's a distinctive way of running a festival, but I think that it's cool because it still captures sort of the vibe of the normal shows that we would play, like in clubs and theaters and that sort of thing. So it's kind of an interesting concept to try and do something that captures that smaller venue feel, but also has the bigger sprawl of a festival.
We've just been here for a couple of hours. Shitloads of people. Everybody seems to be in a very good mood so far, so I take that as a very positive sign. So everybody seems to be enjoying themselves.
The thing I love about Desertfest is the sort of bands here have no ego. You know, they're all on this level where they hang out at the bars, they're hanging out with the fans, and everyone's the same, you know. And that's the beautiful thing, man. You go to some of these bigger festivals and it's a real us and them thing. That's not what Desertfest is about at all.
It feels like the rockers are taking over the neighborhood.
Something like this, where there's like 3 days of walking around hearing big dirty riffs and, you know, seeing like Electric Wizard and Trouble and Ohms and whoever else like across a load of venues in Camden is really, really cool. It's like a really, you know, it's like a shrunk down good version of South by Southwest, I suppose, with just like doom and stoner bands.
It's great here. It's great to be back. Looking forward to the show tonight.
The amount of venues in Camden within walking distance to each other, you know, I thought it was, I think it's the obvious place to do it. I mean, I don't know, where else is there to sort of do it, you know? You've got the Ballroom, you've got the Black Art, you've got the Underworld, you've got Coco, you've got the Dev, all within like stumbling distance, which has made it the perfect place.
It's kind of like, for metal at least, I mean, as many times as I've been here, like, you know, we saw the Underworld, and I played that quite a few times, and whenever I'm here, you know, I go to markets and, you know, buy all my metal shit. 51 years old, still wear metal shirts, you know, every day. I'll always be that way, by the way. But I guess it's just the cool spot, you know, for people like us.
For our first show in London ever, we played a 6 spot, so it was awesome. Like there was an energy, like for sure. I was digging it. What about you, Ryan? How do you feel about that?
Meow. It's a kind of a legendary, rock. This part of London feels like it's the home of rock somehow.
So this is the place to play, we think.
Camden, always power number 1.
It's just alive all the time, isn't it? I love coming to London. We're sort of like, from the mountains in Wales. It's great coming here.
The festival helped cement the reputation of Camden. Basically, it's there's been Camden Crawl and other stuff, but this is a proper rock and metal festival, which is what should be happening in Camden.
It's always fun in London because we play. Our label is based. Rise Above Records is based here, so I feel like we have some roots here, and over the years we've made a lot of friends through our label and through touring and whatnot, so it always, whenever we play London, it feels a little bit like a homecoming of sorts.
It's very British, and we just like it, we appreciate it, and I think we've always felt kind of welcomed here, and it's like one of our favorite places to come to, so it's like an old friend,
It's nice, to reunite with the neighborhood, actually, and we're looking forward to running around the neighborhood. We're just going to hang out and enjoy the vibe of the whole thing, We're going to do an hour set, and then we're free to run wild, so, who knows where we're going to end up.
Indoor festivals like this, it's cool. It's a break from, the regular tour thing, and it's a chance to, see old friends and play with different bands and stuff that, you don't normally do when you're on the tour. So, it is a different kind of buzz, I guess, because it's a bigger event than a normal show, and it's a lot of London is all it's just like New York and whatever, LA. There's always gonna be a lot of press and everything, but you need to be on your A game because excuse me, there's gonna be a ton of press. Everybody's eyes and ears are on you, so it just makes it a bigger event, bigger deal. It's like instead of just playing a football game, it's like being in a Super Bowl.
Festivals are always great because the audience is just ready to go. So we always get a nice vibe going on at festival gigs.
For me, it feels like a really huge release of energy. I get frustrated when I'm not playing shows or even tour managing bands. I get frustrated when I'm not on the road. I enjoy that lifestyle. Not playing live on stage, playing live on stage gives me a huge buzz. It's like you're being creative and you're seeing the feedback from other people and seeing that your music's like affecting other people. Main thing for me though is just being able to shout my head off, and I kind of really enjoy that. It's like stops me feeling so weird.
It's a little nerve-wracking, but you feed off it a bit, and it's always exciting.
Yeah, there's a ton of people. I want to play really good for them and make them rock out.
Creating a spectacle for others to enjoy, I think, is always an exciting undertaking.
For all of us, it's like transferring energy and kind of having sort of atmosphere that we have in our rehearsal place as well, like a certain kind of thing, and trying to spread that to the audience and to have the whole room in the same kind of vibe atmosphere.
Getting up in front of a crowd, in another country is always like really overwhelming experience. It's a very humbling experience, and it's fantastic. So it's the best part of being a band, I think. The 1 hour being up on stage and getting to play for fans. So it's what we love to do.
It's a buzz it's hard to describe if you haven't done it, but it really is unbeatable.
It is an adrenaline rush.
It is. It's amazing, especially tonight. The only thing that could go wrong would be if they just absolutely hated us. So it's our job to make sure that that doesn't happen. But yeah, the butterflies that you get right before you go on, sometimes you get it, 3 decades later. It doesn't matter if you're playing a room to 50 people or 5,000 people. It's pretty exhilarating, to say the least.
Being a bunch of punk rock kids from the U.S. and being in London, that's a pretty big deal in itself. And we don't take it lightly. We've been here a dozen times, but it never gets old. And volume and the energy and all that kind of shit. It's part of the deal. But
it's kind of like the anticipation to see if you can remember all the songs, and if all the amps still work by the time show. Is the neck gonna bust off the guitar tonight? I don't know. It's all a mystery, man.
It's a really honest festival. There's no posing, there's no posturing. It's just a really, really nice place to be, a really fun place to be, and the music just gets better and better every single year.
This really is like the right place for this kind of music where everybody seems to get it here.
I like the fact that there's like a smaller sort of community vibe and everything's within walking distance.
It's super cool. It's eclectic, a lot of different bands and people from all over, Europe. Like I just met a French chick, Scottish, Germans, everyone is Americans. Yeah, we just met it. We were just rapping with the dude. He's like, I'm from New York. When do you guys play in New York? And he was shocked that we were American. So Desertfest is like becoming a huge deal, which is rad.
This festival is so genre specific that there's a lot of people who like this kind of music. So I think it's a special vibe that it's hard to describe.
It's nothing about egos and all that shit. The only thing that matters is that point where the band's kicking off and you see the heads nodding in the crowd. It's just the most satisfying thing because that the bands are loving it, the fucking crowd's loving it, and it all makes it worthwhile.
It's very special what we do here, and you have to be very careful what you do. So every time you add another venue, it's like, is it the right thing for the festival? Why are you growing? Do we need to? It's like this is all these people feel that it's their festival, and it's a responsibility that we've got now to keep that an underground thing.